very much for coming along to what will be a brilliant auction, and why wouldn't it be, selling an incredible piece of real estate in the heart of Burwood. The address, of course, number 4 Sparks Avenue in Burwood. For those that are here to purchase, I want to wish you all the very best with your bidding endeavours, and my suggestion as the auctioneer is very, very simple, and that is to bid bold, bid aggressively, but more importantly, folks, bid to the absolute upper echelon of your capacity to give yourself every opportunity of being the successful purchaser here this afternoon. To the purchasers somewhere in the crowd, we want to extend a congratulations in advance. Thank you so much for coming along, and what a magnificent purchase it is for you for the years to come. To our vendors who are at the back there, we want to say thank you so much for not only entrusting myself as the auctioneer, but of course the team at Ray White Burwood, especially Hans, Kenneth and Ella, for selling what is arguably their most prized possession. Folks, today's auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendors have a reserve price. As the auctioneer, folks, I will indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, and prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and will provide fines for this conduct. The rules permit vendor bids. The words I'm going to use during the auction to indicate I am making a bid on behalf of our vendors are simply vendor bid. By law, only I, as the auctioneer, ladies and gentlemen, can make that vendor bid. Folks, in regards to the particulars of sale, which I believe will help you bid with plenty of confidence here this afternoon, we are asking for a 10% deposit if you are the successful purchaser this afternoon. Of course, today's date, just to reaffirm, June 23, 2018. And in regards to settlement, our vendors have been so kind enough to offer plenty of flexibility there. 60, 90 or 120 days as a preferred option. Folks, if you've got any prior arrangements or questions about those terms, please put your hand up. I'll send one of the trusted team members over from Ray White Burwood to have a conversation with you just in regards to whether your terms will be made. Is that a question already, young man? I knew you were going to bid today. I said to you that he was going to bid, and the mother's taking him away. He's embarrassing the hell out of her. She's already left the building, and she was going to be a bidder today. That's already one bidder that's dropped off. Folks, I want to let you know on a cheeky side note that I can take an increasingly long time to knock down a property to the highest bidder or pass the property in to the highest bidder. For that matter, please bear with me, folks. I do apologise in advance. I'm simply doing that to ensure that the sellers today have a premium result come auction day. If you are holding that highest bid, the chances are you're going to become increasingly frustrated with me. Buyers are going to be pulling their phones out, making phone calls, pulling their calculators out. If that is the case, I will give everybody ample opportunity to do so. On a cheeky side note, if ever I had the honour of auctioning off your home, I'm sure as a vendor you'd be incredibly grateful of that conduct as well. Well, folks, what a magnificent property we've got on offer for you in the heart of Burwood. And what we've got on offer for you, of course, is beautiful original 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, double-car garage home. It is simply exquisite. It appeals to each and every buyer in the marketplace, whether you're looking to buy for the first time, a family home buyer, second home buyer, investor, renovator, you name it, the home simply has it all. There is an abundance of natural light beaming through every single angle of the home, plenty of space and storage as well, ready for the taking. The home is simply ready for you to put your own spin on it as well. The owners have loved it every single day they have been here. Of course, the suburb of Burwood, it's no arguing why so many people are wanting to move out this way in the southeastern corridor of Melbourne, and why wouldn't they? Where we're located, of course, today is the Mount Waverley School Zone, one of the most prestigious school zones in the heart of Victoria. We've got Deakin University PLC, Burwood 1 around the corner, all your trams, trains, major arterial road access, and not to mention that stunning uninterrupted CBD view as well. Travelling into the CBD is certainly a breeze as well, folks. Where we're standing here today in Victoria, of course, we are situated in the most livable city in the world, voted for a 7th consecutive term. And to put the cherry on top of that tasting cake, we're seeing the population in Melbourne and Victoria absolutely skyrocket. Predictions are, the way things are going, there are going to be more people living here than New South Wales by the year 2030. And the reason I mention that for you this afternoon, folks, is so you can bid bid with an abundance of confidence. Store that information in the forefront of your mind, because irrespective of your purchase price for this magnificent piece of real estate, if and when you choose to sell for the years to come, not only are you assured a huge profit, but you can create some incredible family memories as well. Well, folks, before we wrap things up, I want to let you know that if you're the opening bidder today, you'll be treated to a fantastic bottle of wine on behalf of the team at Ray White and Burwood. That was meant to be my bottle of wine, but I suspect there is going to be an opening bidder. Have a look at that. I told you that was meant to be mine. Damn it. That's already 2 auctions today where I've missed a bottle of wine at 900,000 now. Best of luck to you guys in the front race, of course, now at 900,000 now. At this point in time, folks, I'd like to go in $50,000 increments. When we get to the 1 million mark, I'll take smaller, of course. At 900 now, searching for 950 to jump back in. You let me know, guys. We're searching for 50,000 to jump back in anytime now, guys. At 900 now, welcome, Matt is here. Time to jump on it. I'm going to welcome you all in with openness. A bit of a auctioneer. I'm sorry, guys. Can take a while as I preempted. Best of luck, though. Right now, you're leading the race and you've got first and exclusive rights to negotiate with the vendor's price. Great position to be in, of course. At 900,000 now, we're searching for 950 team to jump back in. Do your work, Ken. Have a look at you. You're like a shark going around to all the bidders. They say don't trust real estate agents, but you can trust Ken today, guys. I'll assure you of that. At 900,000 now, we're searching for 950, as I've said, to jump back in. $50,000 rises are what we're dealing with. Surely not done, finished, and silent yet, guys. We have not exhausted all our markets options. There is a great crowd here in this living room, of course, in the heart of Burwood. Are we sure done? Nothing left. Check your back pockets. I know a number of you have received documentation throughout the course of the campaign. There is certainly interest out here in the living room, of course. I thought we'd do the right thing by bringing you all inside to avoid the rain. Now it's time to repay the favour, guys. Have at a bid. Any chance at all now at 900,000 now, guys? I'm going to call it 3 times. First call at 900,000 now. Second call at 950 there. Thank you, Ken. Best of luck to you, sir. At 950 now. Ma'am, I'm searching for 50,000 now to jump back in at $1 million now. Straight down the front here at 950,000 now. 2 bidders in the crowd. I know I've got a lot more here. Now's your chance at 950 down the front here against the window with that spectacular CBD view directly behind you, sir, of course. At 950,000 now, guys. Back to you. If you want to jump back in now at $1 million, you let me know. Sure, done, finished, and absolutely silent. At least you've gotten the bottle of wine. If you're confirming you're out, guys, you're not going home empty-handed. That was meant to be mine. I'll say it again. At 950,000, are we sure? Done, finished, and absolute silent. At 950,000, sir. I tell you what, you could have already defeated your competition so early on, but I suspect there's going to be more bids coming my way. At 950,000, guys, gonna call it 3 times. Once, jump back now, guys. At 950,000, now twice. Third, final time. At 950, at 980, no problem at all. I'll take it so early on. I'll be broken down. I'll take that, no worries, guys. Best of luck to you. Now you're back to leading the race. At 980,000 now, I'll tell you what, Ken, I'll give you a bit of 20,000 if he wants to jump back in now, and happy to deal in 20,000s moving forward, of course. At 980,000 now, searching for 1 million to jump back in, sir. Round me up now to $1 million. At 980,000, back to your competitors holding the bottle of wine, and right now they could be holding the keys in a few moments' time if we pass the property into them and they negotiate successfully with the owners, of course. At 980,000 now, sir, it's back to you at $1 million if you want to jump back in. That's what we're dealing with at the moment. That's the magic number I need from you. 1 million, sir. That's $20,000 jumping on top of 980. Take me to 1 million now. Are you sure? Done. Finished. At absolutely silent now. Are we sure? Done. Finished. Silent. Sir, at $20,000 rises, 50,000 above your last bid. It's possibly $50 a week extra in interest repayments. Are we sure there's nothing left from you? At 980,000 now. Anybody else in the crowd for that matter? Down the back there against the door, just letting you know, we're at 980,000 now, directly to my front, of course. At 980 now, if I don't see a better bidder offer, my instructions, mate. At 1 million there, thank you very much, Ken. At 1 million now, man, confirming you're at this time, or if you want to jump back in, at 1 million and 20 is what we're searching for now. Off Ken goes to speak to the vendors. Bear with me, guys. We're almost there. At $1 million, sir, right now, you're holding those exclusive rights. At $1 million now, man, can I tempt you back in now? At 1 million 20, are we sure? You let me know. A simple raise of the hand, nod of the head. That's all I need from you guys to let me know if you're happy to participate once again in the auction and kickstart auction proceedings on your end. At least you've got the bottle of wine, like I've said. At $1 million, guys, we're sure, done, finished, and absolutely silent on the couch here, ladies. Are we sure there's nothing left from you? Just happy to spectate me. Are you sure? I don't think I'm that good looking, by the way. At $1 million, my wife thinks not, though. She's happy with me right now. Are we sure, done, finished, silent, guys? At $1 million now, tempting you all in. At 1 million now, at 20, searching for 1 million 20 to jump back in. Are we sure? At 1 million 10, guys, I'll take a 20 at this point in time. Can I raise raise you another 10, guys, at 1,020,000. I won't take a 10 just yet, sir. We're a little bit far away, but I'll let you know when I can take 10. Just park that in your back pocket. I'll let you know when I can accept it. We're searching for 20 now to jump back in. I'll give you plenty of opportunity. Make a phone call if you have to. Get your calculator out. I'll give you ample time, sir, of course, like I've said and preempted in my introduction. At $1 million down the front here, of course, we're still searching for 20 to jump back in. You let me know, sir. I reckon you'll come back in for another 10,000. At $1 million now, we're sure done. There's nothing left. Check your back pocket, sir. The welcome mat is right here. Time to jump on it. I'm going to welcome you in with open hospitable auction in your arms. Are we sure there's nothing left? Not even another 10,000 above that bid, sir, to earn yourself at least that exclusivity right. Are we sure? At $1 million, are we done? Are we finished? And are we absolutely silent? At $1 million now, I'm going to call it 3 times. Once at $1 million. Twice at $1 million. Third, final call at $1 million. We sure nothing left from you, sir. Won't take a 10 just yet, so I'm dealing in 20s. I will let you know when I can take the 10. Thank you very much for asking. It's a valid question, of course. So right now, you're still holding the highest bid at $1 million. I'll let you know when we're going to wrap things up. We're getting close, of course. At $1 million, guys, I can't tempt you back in for a 20. I'll be absolutely sure about that. Nothing left from you. At $1 million now, searching for $1,020,000 now. Anybody else in the crowd for that matter? It seems like we've got a lot of spectators here. I know a number of you have received documentation throughout the course of the campaign. There is certainly interest out here in this magnificent living room, of course, in the heart of Burwood. Are we sure, guys? I'm searching for 20,000 now to jump back in. Anybody else in the crowd for that matter? 1,020,000 is what we're searching for now, sir. Bear with me. I told you in preempted I can take a long time. I'm just doing my bit for the sellers. I'll do the same for you, of course. At $1 million now, searching for 20 down the back there, guys. Anybody else in the crowd for that matter? If you want to jump back in, we're searching for a $20,000 increment right now. Take me to 1,020,000 now, guys. Be sure, done, finished, signed. Have we exhausted all our markets options? Ken, I'm letting you know we're still at $1 million. Need some instructions from you. At $1 million, guys, searching for the 20 to jump back in. Sure, nothing left. Once at $1 million, twice at $1 million. Third, final call at $1 million will be absolutely done. There is nothing left. Sir, I'll tell you what, I'll take your 10 now. At $1,010,000, sir, I'll take your 10 at $1,010,000. Thank you very much for being so patient. At $1,010,000 now, I'll give you the absolute same courtesy, sir, against the window with a $10,000 rise and got... Excuse me, I had a bubble in my throat then. And guys down the back there, I'll give you a 10,000 if you want to jump back in. We're still searching for that magical number of 1,020,000, but right now we're at 1,010,000 with you. So you've got the first and exclusive rights. Thank you once again for being so patient. At 1,010,000 now, right now you've got the exclusive rights. 1,020,000, no problem at all. Thanks, Ken. At 1,020,000, back against you, sir. At 1,030,000 now, no problem at all. At 30, at 30, I've got now Ken back to your bid if he wants to jump back in at 1,040,000. I've got 1,030,000 down to the left-hand side here. It's back to you, sir. If you want to jump back in at 1,040,000, guys, haven't forgotten about you. Current bids here at 40 now, sir. At 50, no problem at all. At 50, rapid bidding to and fro. Here we go between two bidders. At 1,050,000 now, letting you know, Ken, we're at 1,050,000 now. Need 60 from your bidder if he wants to jump back in. Another 10 to regain the lead, of course. At 1,050,000 down the left-hand side at 60 now, straight back, sir, at 70, no problem at all. Nod of the head is all I need at 70 now. Back to your bidder if he wants to jump back in at 80 now, guys. Letting you know we're at 1,070,000 now, need 80 now, 10,000 to jump back in, 80 now, straight back, sir, at 90. At 90 I've got, at 90 I've got now, at 1,090,000 now, sir, take me to 1.1, at 1.1, here we go, at 1.11, sir, yes, no problem at all, at 1.11, at 1.11, at 110,000 with a million in front of it now, at 1.11, sir, take me to 1.12 if you want to jump back in now. Is that a little bit too fast for you folks? At 1.11, at 1.11 now, at 1,110,000 now, at 1.12, here we go, Ken, back to speak to the vendors, at 1.12, sir, at 1.13, at 1.12, down the window, of course, here at 1.12, need 1.13 from you to jump back in, sir, I can't take anything less than 10,000 just yet, I've got 1,120,000 now, guys, confirming nothing left for you, no problem at all, at 1.13, at 1.13, here we go, getting very, very close, we're at 1.13, Ken, at 1.13, need to know from you, sir, if you want to jump back in at 1.14, at 1,140,000 now, sir, at 1.15, jump back at 1.14, it's with you, sir, at 1.14 right now, got the exclusivity right with the vendors, of course, at 1,140,000 now, done, finished, so at 1.14, searching for 1.15, won't take a 5,000, so need 10 from you. At 1.14, need 10. At 1.14, need 1.15, you let me know, sir. Sorry?
Would you take 5?
Won't take a 5 just yet, ma'am. I will let you know when I can. At 1.14, need 1.15. I need 10,000 from you, sir, to jump back in. At 1,150,000 is the number I need from you. Sorry, sir, bear with me. We're almost there. As we get to pointy end of proceedings, it can get a little bit confusing, of course. I don't mind the valid questions with numbers, guys. At 1.14, it's still with you, sir. Ken, need to know. At 1.14, sorry, sir, yelling in your face there. At 1.14, now I'm going to call it 3 times. Once at 1.14, twice at 1.14. At 1.15, bang, where did you come from, sir? Here we go, fresh face in the race at 1.15, sir. Back to you and back to you if you want to jump back in now. At 1,150,000 directly down the front here, of course, against the window as well. At 1.15, at 1.15, at 1.15, sir, at 1.16, time to jump back in now. Not yet, sir. We'll let you know when we are. Valid question, of course, at 1.15. I promise you'll be the first to know. Probably Ken's going to come out and yell it out at 1.16. At 1,160,000 now, guys, at 1.17. Jump back in now. I hope the team are writing these bids down. It can get a little bit confusing now. I might ask for some assistance. At 1.16. At 1.17, sir. Can I tempt you back in? You let me know the welcome mat is still here. At 1.16 now, sir. Jump back in. At 1.17. It's only money, sir. Jump back in. Are we sure? Nothing left from you. Record low interest rates. Done, finished, sign at 1.16 now. Once at 1,160,000 now. Twice at 1.16. Third, final time.
We're on the market.
Have a look at that at 1.16 on the market and selling, guys. Take the 5 if you want now. At 1. Sorry, sir. At 1.17. Here we go. Bang. At 1.17, sir. You let me know. At 1.17. At 1.18. At 1.18 now. At 1.18, sir. Back to you if you want to jump back in. We've got another $10,000 rise at 1.18. At 1,180,000 now. Nobody does it better in Burwood than the team here at Grey White Burwood, of course. At 1.18, sir. At 1.1. Absolutely. At 1.185. Can I tempt you in now? At 1.185, we're on the market. I'll take any increment at all. At 1.185, sorry, at 1.19. Here we go. It's going to get confusing. At 1.19, sir. We're at 1,190,000 now. We're sure done. Nothing left. At 1.19, need to know, sir. Once at 1.2, bang. Have a look at that at 1.2 now. Guys, back to you two if you want to jump back in now. At 1,200,000 now. Sure done. Finished, solid. I'd suspect not. At 1.2 now. At 1.21. Watch that ornament. At 1.21, at 1.21, at 1,210,000 now. Don't worry, Ken, it would have come out of your commission if you knocked it down. At 1.21, at 1.21, you're making too much money in Burwood. I know that for a fact. At 1.21, are we sure? Done, finished, and absolutely solid. Absolutely at 1.215, at 1.215. Melody straight back down. I was about to wrap things up there at 1.215, at 1,215,000 now. Guys, if you want to jump back in at 1.215, at 215,000 with a million in front of it, of course. At 1.215, it's with you guys. Right now, you're no longer holding the brochure, you're holding the keys. Sorry, can I confirm that bid?
1.22.
At 1.22, good strong bidding, guys. At 1.22, thank you for rounding out, sir. At 1,220,000 now, guys. Letting you know we're at 1.22. 1.22 is the call right now. Need any number from you to jump back in, guys. I'll take 1,000 if you want to jump back in. At 1.22, need to know once, twice, third. 100 or 5,000? No problem at all. At 1 point, sorry, can I confirm 1.225? Yes. At 1.225. At 1.225 at 225,000 with a million in front of it now. At 1.225, we are absolutely flying here, showing no signs of slowing down. Well done to the team at Grey White Burwood, of course, at 1.225. Once again, delivering the goods for their vendors at 1.225. And if you're interested in selling, they look forward to having a conversation with you in regards to the method of process of selling your home at auction as well. At 1.225, we're going to wrap things up. If I don't see a better offer, at 1,225,000 now, 1.23. At 1.23, at 1.23, back to you guys if you want to jump back in at 1,230,000 now, sir, here towards my front. Are we done, finished, and absolutely silent from you? At 1.23, need to know from you, sir, if there's nothing left, are you out, sir? At 1.23, 100% out, sir. Thank you so much for bidding today. I'll give you plenty of chance if you want to jump back in. We're at 1.23. Sir, it's back to you if you want to jump back in. We've got a bidder that's just dropped off at 1.23 now. I'll take any increment from you if you want to jump back in at 1.23. Bids here down the front with your competitor towards your right at 1.23. At 1.23. I'll take $1,000, sir. At 1.231. At 1.231, sir. I'll give you the same courtesy at 1.5. 1.32, at 1.232, sorry, at 1.231, at 1.232. It's like a bouncing ball. At 1.232, at 1,232,000 now, sir, at 33, at 1.233, at 1.233, at 1,233, 1.223, at 1.224. Did I drop 10,000? 1.234, at 1.234, I hope somebody's writing this down, at 1.23435, at 1.235, at 1.235 down the front here at 1,235,000 now, sir, back to you. At 1.235, at 1,235,000 now, we're sure, done, finished, signed, at 1.235, at 235,000 now, with a million in front of it, of course, sir, jump back in, another 1,000 to jump back in, are we done? 2,000 above your last bid, $2 a week, extra and interest repayments, at 1.235 now, once, twice, third, final call, at 1.235 and 1.236. At 1,236, at 1,236, at 1.236, sir, jump back in at 1.237, at 1.236, at 1.236, directly to your right hand side at 1,236,000 now, sir, at 37, at 1.236, are we sure nothing left from you? At 1.236, I'm going to wrap things up if I don't see a better bid offer. I reckon you got one last bid in you, sir, or maybe another 2 or 3, at 1.236, we're almost there, guys, we're at the pointy end now, at 1.236 now, once, twice, 37, at 1.237, at 1,237 now, at 1.237 now, sir, back to you at 38 if you want to jump back in, at 1.238 is what I need from you, at 1.237, 1.24, thank you, sir, for running up there at 1,240,000 now, sir, to your right, one more, 1.24 is what I've got, 1.24 is what I've got, sir, any increment to get you back on top, we're on the market, I'll take anything, at 1.24, at 1.24, thank you, team. At 1,240,000, we're done, sir. Nothing left from you at 1.24 now. Gonna call it 3 times. Need to know at 1.24 once, twice.
1.241.
At 1.241. We're showing no signs of slowing down. At 1.241. Sir, if I need to remind you what you're bidding for today, just have a look and turn around at that spectacular CBD view. At 1.241 now. At 1,241,000 down the front here. We are going to wrap things up if I don't see a better bidder offer. At 1.241. At 1.241. Need 4.2 maybe is a minimum. 1.1 million. 242. Thank you, sir. $1,000 rise there at 1.242. At 1,242,000 now, sir. Back to you. At 1.242. At 1,242,000 now. We've done nothing left from you, sir. Need to know. At 1.242. Spectacular home in the heart of Burwood, of course. At 1.242 in the Mount Waverley School Zone. Are we sure nothing left?
1.243.
1.243 at 1,243 at 1.243 at 1,243,000. At 1.245. Excuse me, crowd, of course, for rehashing those numbers. Just want to make sure I don't drop it. At 1.245. At 1.245. You can't ask me for trying, Ken. At 1.245. At 1.245. So it's back to you if you want to jump back in now. At 1.245. Any number from you to jump back in. At 1,245. Going to wrap things up. If I don't see a better bidder offer, I am going to sell at 1.245. Are we sure? 1.246. At 1,246,000 now. At 1.246. Sir, back to you if you want to jump back in. At 1.246. It's been a marvellous auction, by the way. At 1.246. Sir, right now you're leading the race for this spectacular home at 1.246. Could be holding the keys in a few moments' time. Right now you're holding them unless your competitor jumps back in and snatches them off you. At 1.246 now, guys. Need to know if you want to jump back in at 1.2. At 1.247. To and fro, here we go, $1,000 rises at 1.247, sir. At 1.247, sir, round me up to 1.25. That's my suggestion as the auctioneer, or maybe an obscure knockout blow.
1.25.
Have a look at that at 1.25. Took my instructions there at 1.25. At 1.25, did you see that? You took the auctioneer's instructions at 1.25. Didn't work. At 1.251. At 1.251, so it's back to you if you want to jump back in now. At 1.25. At 2. Thank you, sir. At 1.25. 1.252 at 1,252,000. Now back to you, sir. If you want to jump back in at 1.252 at 1.252. Now 4 bedrooms, underpinning your prospective purchase of some of the finest soil that Burwood has to offer. 604 square metres, of course. 1.252 is the number we're dealing with at the moment. Need anything from you, sir, to jump back in? We're at 1.252. Record low interest rates. Time to capitalise on that at 1.252. Now once, twice, third, final time at 1.252. Right now, sir, buddy, Dad's leading the race at 1.252. Do you want to bid for your dad as well and take over at 1.252? At 1.252, sir. Need to know, guys. Sorry, can take a while. Just want to confirm that all underbidders are out, of course, at 1,252,000. Now, guys, need to know from you if you're in or if you're out. I need some instructions, Ken, at 1.252. Once, twice, third, final call at 1.252. We're going to sell. Make no mistake, we're selling. Selling, sir, out, 100%. 100%? How about 120%?
Yeah, give it to him.
No problem. Give it to him. Give it to him. At 1.25, it's so nice of you. At 1.252, it appears you defeated 2 of your competitors out here today and possibly a third, but they did get the bottle of wine, and I love that. At 1.252, guys, we're going to wrap things up at that level now. I've confirmed with the crowd that all the bidders are out. At 1.252 now, once, twice, third, final call. We're selling. We're selling. Make sure there's a fly in someone's face. We're sold. Congratulations.